Hello everyone. We're back from the previous video. Basically just going to carry on looking into this problem why it failed. Well, before I start the video, just a quick note. The video is about 1 hour and 40 minutes long. I did really my best to kind of cut it down, cut parts of it, speed parts of it, do all sorts of cuts and stuff to hours and hours of footage. It took it took about 3 or 4 days editing because it's about 400 gigabytes long, and so I managed to now kind of finish it off. I hope you like it. The thing is, the first part of the video is using the normal standard methods to get it calibrated, which as we can see does not really work. And the second part of it is to use the internal files to kind of call it hack or do the stuff that is not documented to get it to whole thing to fix. So we fixed it in this video. I don't know, it's long. I can't I don't want to split it into two parts or something, but this bit basically, if you are here and you are reading this video, it's likely that you have either the same machine, buying the same machine, thinking of buying it, or having the same problems. But this video hopefully is to help you to prevent having this problem in future, or if you are, or solve it and help it solve it if you have any. Also, I think with the video how it's structured, it should also help you to add more stuff and do more integrations, if you like, with the system. Based on the stuff I shared. So hopefully it's a good video. I don't know. It's too long and I do apologize. It is way too long. So yeah, just tell me what you think in the comments. Looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks. Good news on that is the seller has agreed to sell me a replacement part. So they're going to be sending me a new of this and a new one of the head. So both parts will be sent to me. I don't know if it's a head problem, alignment, or whatever it is. So, and I've taken the risk to say if, because they're not refunding the product, it's too heavy to send back, and it's too painful for China to process and customs and all. If in the event it's whatever they're gonna send, it's gonna be my risk or my responsibility to make sure it works fine. So, whilst we're receiving the new part, I'm going to work on dissecting it. So what I've done basically is here. It was like that. And I've actually removed those two nails. So there's got these two. Sorry, just going to do it like this. So this was here. Like this. And this guy. No, it's difficult to work with one hand. Let's just put this on the tripod then. It's easier that way, yeah. So in here, you've got that actually mounted on this side. And I'm just about to remove. And it looks like it's glued because I'm trying to use my iFlex to get into it. You got, things actually stopping here. So because of that, it looks like it's glued here. So what we'll do, we'll hope you can see that side. We're gonna heat up and then kind of do it this way. So I'm not gonna destroy the plastics. I'm gonna heat up from this side, so this looks like a metal bit. I don't know if it's a PCB, but it looks like metal, and I can also see it's actually being glued from here also. So we're gonna, gently heat up and try to pry. Yeah, it looks like we're going through. Yep, there we go, nicely out. In one piece. So we are looking at the machine again, and the point I'm trying to make in here right now is this is the part that broke. And what happened was, obviously, as you know, let's just get this part in here. So after I glued this up, I'm just going to take some measurements, but this is how it was, like that, right? Sorry, yeah, like this exactly. And what happened is, this was fixed, you see those 3 holes in here, and these 3 holes. So that was fixed like this, somehow, okay? And when the tool was trying to do the alignment, it was not going exactly on in the middle of that hole. It was going slightly to the left of it, not to the center. So what that is, so went that side, and because this guy's a bit too heavy and this guy's really solidly placed in, it you know, kind of snapped it. So that's the problem we have at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to screw these back in again, but temporarily. And what that means is I'm going to screw this back in, put some kind of, you know, object like this after I screw it in, just anything really, just to here, or maybe there. Stick this up with a tape like that and like this. And once that's done, I will remove the screws and then place this back in again. This will give me an idea of where the whole thing is kind of happening, where the whole problem. So if this thing is not screwed in and this guy comes back in here again, it'll do this. And that's fine. That will help me to just place this back quickly in here on the same location by just holding it to these, and then we can find out where the problem is happening. As you can see also, these, you know, the holes in here on the broken part itself, they're right in the center, so I don't expect these to be drilled wrongly. However, we don't know if these 3 holes are actually meant to be here, here, not there. That's what I don't know. Or if the head, you can see that there, so the head on the SMT unit, that's the camera for it. I don't know if the camera should be going like this or like that, so we don't know that yet. So these are the 4 screws, I don't know what they do yet. We'll look into that soon. Or it could be something in the mechanism where it's telling the system is actually off by 1 millimeter or so. But either way, or finally, it could be a software problem. I can actually tell the software, but I can't find anywhere on the software yet to say, can you please understand that you're off by 1 millimeter? And then we can move on from there. So that's the thing we have at the moment. So that's where we want to start from. So I'm going to do that now. Now, when I try to place something, I should be able to just do this gently. That's it. That's all I need. Because when the thing is going to put the head, it's going to put it on top and then move on, thinking it's that. And if it's going to go right, then it's going to be in the middle. If not, it's going to go right and decide that I'm actually thinking it's going to go. So let's take you down. One thing to mention, if you are buying a new device, a new one of those SMT V5 Pro machines, clearly my advice is do not screw the nozzle heads in ever until you verify it's not going to cause you the same problem. Not only the machine is actually off by the x-axis, but it's actually off probably by the z-axis as well. I don't know if it's pushing it down enough to go, or pushing it less than enough to go into the hole. But I think for now, let's start, you know, worrying about the x-axis first, and then we can take it from there. Just gonna zoom onto this so you can see exactly what I mean. So notice in here, N1. See this N1 here is meant to go here, not slightly shifted to that side. So where is that? Tweezer's gone. Okay, so you see that how we are here on that side, and that is meant to go here, right in the middle. And that's not happening because this guy thinks this part is actually here. So let's just recap now. Let's just say I'm going to move the thing to the center. So I'm just going to stop talking about this. So go into the center. And now that's your home. That's the home position of the thing. And yeah, I think we can see, yeah, we can still see the thing. Oh, that's good. Okay, fine. So when I try to replace the nozzle, here is what happens. So if I say, for example, I have a nozzle CN330 and I want to place it into slot 5. and then I do a place, this is what happens. There, see? By the way, this I actually, well, this was broken from the previous video, as you can probably see. This also here is still there badly. And I mentioned also, I'll probably explain this here, what I've done to get this done. So this is basically just to align. So I put two things just to, for me, just to place it and not worrying about where is it going to go. So now we're going to get into how to fix this machine. Right, so let's look into the software for a little bit here. Where is it located? You need to find out. So at the moment, my software is, I placed it in C program files and stuff. So it should be pick and place machine, well, SMT, EZ, whatever you call it, but I placed mine here. And SMT, EZ. By the way, one more thing as well. When you install something inside program files, make sure you set the right permissions. And what happens is, unless you do that, you're going to have to run as administrator. I'm really against it. So the first fix, when you install the machine, right click on the directory, properties, go to security and tick on users. First of all, go to advanced and change permissions, and then tick disable inheritance, because now I've already done it, so I don't want to enable inheritance. Disable inheritance, right, and tick that replace child on all objects, and then click OK. That's when what's going to happen is these things is going to allow you to delete and change them. So creator owner, there will be a user called creator owner, remove it. That's just a pain in the neck. I hate that user. Second of all, tick that thing in here and then click edit and give these users modify permissions, not full control, just modify. That's enough, right? And that's all to it. So click OK, apply, and that's it. When you run the machine now, you don't have to run it as administrator next time. So that's the first thing to do, so that when we run the machine, you don't need to run as administrator, because otherwise you'll give rights to the whoever it is to access your machine. I don't like it. So that's the first things. Now the second bit is on the machine itself. So what happens in that case is, you would start the system up, you'd have that kind of similar screen, or probably in PCB. Go to package, go to Nozzle. Okay, so the setting in here, you have a setting window where you can see all the stuff that they put for you. And to be honest with you, the reason I say the software isn't really good, because it does not really give you the chance or allows you well to set you know, things that we're about to see. So all they have now is the minimum maximum position of the machine itself, part discard, where it's going to locate, and that part discard is actually going to be on this bit in here. We're not going to touch it at the moment. That's probably the next video. But this video will help you in case you're here, in case you're planning to buy this machine, the V5 Pro pick and place machine. You really need to calibrate it manually, and unless you follow my video, you're gonna break something up like I did in the past. And luckily the supplier is going to send me the broken parts, but just this video, whilst I'm fixing these parts, I decided to kind of experiment, because the part is broken anyway, so why not replace it. So kind of glued this up, and obviously it's 3D printed part, it's rubbish, but it's glued up at least, so I can take measurements. So initially I thought, is this a badly 3D printed part, i.e. is this shorter than what it's meant to be? So the part that the system thinks it should be longer, should be like there. But after I'd gone through the settings and stuff, I realized I can actually change this and fix it by just using the software itself. So yeah, the main thing is, let's start fixing the thing. So when you try to use the machine for the first time, what you do, you go to calibrate, screen in here. So settings and then calibrate there. And you would click on the calibration guidance. So basically in here you'll have that screen. So home calibration, device offset, blah blah blah. Click on on all of them. So home calibration, you click next, and then what that says is please clear the foreign objects. Yes, we know. And next. So here, that video, by the way, is outdated. It has nothing to do with this machine, in case you wondered. So you've probably been on that side like me before, thinking, what is going on? Where do I get that part from? But that's not the right part. The real correct one is this bit. I'll explain to you here. So it's actually the little dot. So if I go up there, just keep going like this. You can just increase the steps by going here, so like that. And yeah, there we go. That's the dot we're looking for. So, you know, go there, slightly up. You probably might have done this, but anyway, so then you decrease the thing by little. You move the thingy there, go up there. Yeah, so in anything you touch and anything you do, notice you got X and Y and Z and R in here. So X obviously is the X, how, you know, left and right. The Y is up and down. Z is how the nozzle's going like this, up and down. And Z2 is the opposite. So Z2 is the opposite of Z1 always. That's really pointless putting it in there. And R1 is the rotation of the first nozzle, and the second rotation of the second nozzle. So yeah, the only redundant relevant one is Z2, because it's just the opposite of Z1. So if this is 10, this is minus 10. Simple as that. Right, so, and if you wonder what dimensions are these representing, is it the nozzle, is it the camera, is it the something else? The answer to the question is these represent the camera. So the camera you're looking at in here is actually the 1.8 is that. And if you could go large screen on that at some point, whatever you can do, and notice I'm actually, the plus is literally centered on that little dot, but just go full screen, you'll see things you may see differently. So that X, that Y in here, I'm probably going to go down. So just into a fraction and just keep going down until, and that X also here, until, just get this right basically, right? Yeah. So once you've done that, now notice these numbers. So these are the camera position, as we said. So X is, so let's just call it the home location, or just call it home. And that's going to be X of minus 1.74, Y 73.46, and then Z should be 0 anyway. Don't care about rotation. You can do R0, but we're not going to do R rotation for now anyway. That's fine. So now we are done with that step one. Then we're going to click next and check align the center of the disk when resetting. And I honestly don't know what it means there, but it should get back to a happy ending. So check if it aligns the center of the disk when resetting. So that's not the center of the disk, is it? So I think ignore that bit for now. Check if it aligns the center. So we need to go. I'm going to go back to the same location that I had with the center of the disk, and just be on the safe side. Just take it down to where the center is. And here we go. So we're very close. Notice in here, you see that now the positions of the home button now became 0. So what you're looking at in here is actually 0. So that's correct. Okay. So that first step is done. We click done in here. And now we finished the home calibration. So the home calibration, that's step 1, let's just say. And we're calling it home calibration. Okay? And just note these down. Trust me on this. You'll find out in a minute why. And just bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so to your understanding, just to clarify things, the home location of the system now, when you click home, it should get back to that place. That's the whole point, and it should be old 0. So that's where your reference point is. So you start your 0 starts from here. If your 0 starts somewhere else, you're gonna have a problem, and probably, which is the painful bit, your system probably will crash and reset, even though it is an innocent software, but the driver crashed the system for you. I don't know why, but it is a painful thing to deal with. So in case you are dealing with crashes, shut down the machine, kill the software down, shut the machine down, kill the software, shut the machine down, restart the whole thing, and then try again. That's the only thing I would advise. It is painful. You will have your machine crash and restarting because of the bad drivers and the bad software. But if you just bear with me there, once we finish this calibration, you should be good to go, and your machine would work hopefully as you like it. The point is, in this video, which is the second part of it, is to replace or to get the nozzles replacement bit to work, which is what we're doing now. So home calibration is done. So now I'm going to click next on the device offset calibration. So do that now, next. So here we're going to replace or calibrate the nozzle. So basically you go down, and I did explain that bit in the past, but I will do that again anyway now. So we take the nozzle. So what I'll just get down to 10, I think, it's good speed. We are looking for this location. And yeah, so okay, I'll tell you what I will do, I'll just click home in here, go home. So now we're on the home button. And whilst we're doing that home, rather than just taking time to go left and right, just click on the icon that says move the nozzle to the center of the camera. So we do that, and just click OK there, that's fine. Just going to calibrate, that's not a problem. Yeah, don't worry about it, just click there and then click to this bit here. Sorry, go back home and move the nozzle to the center of the camera. That is the pain in the neck of the software. So okay, fine, we're just gonna go and then do it manually. It is really, really painful. So we're gonna have to do this like that because you're calibrating, so yeah, okay, fine. We're gonna get down to, just gonna align it nicely and then down. As you come down, reduce the speed because you don't want that to kind of damage your nozzles. So always good to check with light. So there. So now we can see it properly. We know how much to go left and right, so we're just going to go slightly left and then, yeah, a lot left. Slightly more. Yep, down. Maybe the line also. That looks good. Now we go down just before you touch it. So what I would suggest, go down notch and then keep going. So let's just go up notch because it's 0.1. It's quite a lot. And now you're gonna do a fraction. So Now that paper should go through nicely, and it does. And now we're going to go as low as possible. So 1, 2. Yeah, I think that's fine. So that looks really good. Okay. So just to confirm, we are just barely touching it, not pressing it. Just touching it is fine. And that is good. So now we've done that, so we can say next. And now we're going to align N1 with the camera. So we move N1. So now I've switched to the bottom camera here. So just click that. And now we're going to move the head, the nozzle. Yeah, nozzle up. Just a bit down, sorry. So now you can see the nozzle now on camera, on the bottom camera. So we're just going to align it slightly. Remember, the more accurate you go, the better your your design and output will be. Don't assume that you are, just close to it. That means it's going to work. Make sure you are very accurate, because you are dealing with, for example, the 0402s and all the tiny little parts. It gets tricky sometimes when trying to align the camera, because you're actually moving the circle, you're not moving the cross. So when you do that, just bear that in mind, that the camera is the one you're moving, so the circle is what you move. So that is fine. Slightly down. Another one down. So yeah, that looks good. So now you're going to record this position. So we'll call this a nozzle N1 on camera cam 1. Okay? And the X will be for that is, X is 150, minus 150, sorry, dot 64. And the Y is 24.38, and the Z is 0.00. I know the video might be painful to watch because it's lengthy, but if you are into pick and place and you bought this machine, trust me, you'll need to get things right. And I'm trying to really help you out in here by making things, making it easier for you to understand or how it works, because there's no proper manual, and the whole software is really bad. So that's the second bit. We are doing that now, and the next part is so now we've aligned that nicely in here, and we're gonna do next. Yeah, we're good. Next, and we gotta do the same for N2 now. So moving N2. One thing to mention as well, it's unclear when it says N2, when you click that N2, what it means. Don't click it, you don't need it, just keep on N1 in here, on that one. So that N2, I don't see why they have it there. It's probably redundant, or maybe it's something else we need to do when we do the placing of the SMT bit. But when you're aligning, stick to N1, don't change that. So we're gonna do the same for N2, and yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, we're good. So maybe, yeah, that's fine. So perfect. So now we're going to say this is N2. Now we're going to copy that whole thing just to calling it N2 on the bottom of cam 1, and the X is going to be minus 180.08, and then the Y is going to be 24.23, and Z we don't care, so that's good. And now, so that second part is done. Next, And now we're going to align N2, nozzle 2 with camera 2 now. So we go into camera 2, bottom 2 here. You should say camera bottom 2, not bottom 2. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So we're going to go to the left now. Yeah, we get in there. So the nozzles is nearly there. Just put down to 1. I think that looks good. So yeah, so we're going to record that down. And now we're going to say N2 bottom of cam 2. And X is going to be minus 150.78. And the Y is 24.40. And the Z has remained 0, don't care. And now you're going to click next. And now you're going to go save. So done. And click OK there, just click save here. Right. So now the first part, we're nearly there. So another calibration guidance. Mounting offset calibration, don't need to do that yet because that's about the board, the way you gotta do the board stuff. Nozzle balance calibration, this is about the up and down. So you can, let's just go ahead with it. We don't need it, but I'm just gonna show you how that's done. So that is where the placement point is, and for that is we need to move the camera. So these X, Y, and Z is the camera basically. So click the top camera again, move that bit to, just put it down to 10, and we're going to move that to go up there. So that's the board that comes with it, and as I said, that's not required, this step, but this is in case you like to have your own board with that stuff. Interesting, nice to have, but it's not part of the your design, I'm sure. So we're going to go accurate now. Yeah, slightly less. This part you can document, that's fine. Let's just document anyway, just follow the same procedure. So now we are number 5. This is moving, so this is camera 08 and Z is 0 still, don't care. And we're gonna click next in here and move to the actual target center. That is the same, so we'll keep the same thing. That's the same one. That's not gonna make any difference. Next. And these are, you can just record this. It's just basically nothing. Next, and then done there, and then save. So we're gonna click save again. And now what we're going to do, import, so calibration guidance one more time, nozzle balance, just in case you need it, in case something is not right. So we're going to balance the up down for the nozzles. So what we do, we're going to move to the left and contact the target. So we're going to that, so we're here now. So all I'll do now, as you can see, the camera is pointing at this, but not the nozzle. So what we're going to say, you're going to take the nozzle down to the center of the camera. So that should be fine, and it should just obey it now. So because now we have a saved settings, so it's kind of calibrating both nozzles, and it should go back with a green sign. So nozzle 2 is being calibrated. Good. And now we're going to yeah. So yeah, the calibration is okay. So let's go back into the thing looking at the camera. So 10. Let's just carry on moving on the nozzle manually. This is a pain in the neck. So we're going to eyeball it now. Same thing we did before. So just going down here and then down. we need light. Yeah, so let's just take it a step down. I think we're right on the money. We're looking good. So yeah, I'm just gonna go up and just use the paper here and down. We shouldn't be touching exactly. Now I'm going to take it a notch down, so 0.01, and we're going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's good. Now let's see, out and in cannot go in, so that's a good touching point. So here we go. So now we have the numbers. So now we notice we're actually doing the Z calibration at the moment, how high this is. So 13.82. So we've taken that down. So this is nozzle down on contact target. This is the most important now. So Z is minus 13.82, right? So that's one thing. And now we do next. And now we need to move the right nozzle. So nozzle 2. Just bear that in mind, don't move this yet, just lift it up and like that. So just gonna go 1, don't do 10 in here. When you align nozzles, clicking the wrong button will press it down so hard. So we're now going the other way. So yeah, that's good. All right, so we now going down. When you go down, you need to click the up button because this is what N1 goes down, N2 goes down, so N1 goes up. So we click the up button in here when you're coming down on that, because N1 goes up, as you can see. Paper. Yep, and that. Yeah, that's good, almost good. Okay. Yeah, so now we've done that nozzle 2. We're just going to record that down as well. So we'll say, where is it? Temp. We're going to say here N2. Down on target, so X is going to be 94.10 minus 94.10, and Y is 75.12, and the Z in here is going to be we're going to record Z1, so 13 is going to be plus, then the plus there, 13.93. So they're different by a fraction. So that's just going to give you a difference between Z1 and Z2, which is fine. So next, now we got the balance height is 0.05. That's the difference in height. So that would say equals to balance height of 0.05. So that's good. Number 8. We'll do that later. So now that's good, and then next, and then it's going to go down here, down, and we're going to go save again one more time. So save that. Calibration guidance one more time. Nozzle balance calibration, we've done that. So we've done the whole thing basically. So that whole thing is now saved. So as you can see, the whole calibration thing we went through, but we can't see anything on the nozzle side on that calibration thing. We should be able to calibrate where the nozzle heads are, but we can't. So nozzle, got 2 nozzle bits. So nozzle holder detection, just click that and you get that fail maybe, whatever. Just ignore that. That's just a, I don't know what that screen should be here. That whole text should just come down here somewhere because it's just empty. And it shouldn't be a button you click just to see rubbish. So nozzle import, nozzle head import. So here, we're going to do the same thing to align this guy with the heads where the placement is going. So next, let's just do that now. So we're gonna move the thingy. What I'll do, I'll move the head. Let me see if that thing works. So if I just do that, yeah, okay, calibrate, that's fine. Yeah, good. So let's see if I can do that now. And that's why I hate this software for, that doesn't matter, fine. Okay, go step 10 and we're going to go up. And then left. So we're touching N1 to downwards. And what I'm doing, yes, N1 should be downwards. We're just going to go this side and carry on. Calibration, so we are moving one step down and then down here, close, good, okay, we need light again, so yeah, we need to go left, actually that's fine, down and 0.1, that's fine, and Y is good and X is not that great depth. X looks good, so it's going to come down. X and Y looks all fine. No, Y looks a bit off. Y is, yeah, and I think X looks, no, still off. X we need a couple. Yeah, X now is on the money, so good. Paper down here. Yeah, that's it, fine. So down and then down. Yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right, good. So now, what we're going to say, nozzle 1 on N1 on what do you call it? Nozzle holder right point. And we have X and Z equals to 9 minus 9.32, right? And so now that's done, we click next in here, and now we're doing the same for N2. So N2 should now be exactly in place, and I think it is. So as you can see here, N2 is pretty much in the right place that we want it to be, so we're good there. So we're happy. Just write that down. N2 on the nozzle holder, right point, Z is 9.32. We all talk about Z1 anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that's 0.9. Yeah. So, and that is good. We can click done in here. And so just to bear in mind, compare that with your numbers. So you see these numbers in here, what we do, you see that 209 on that side. Notice you got Mark 1 and Mark 2, and that's the critical part. So go to place your camera. So we're going to visit these points. So if we go to 209, let's just have a look. Move nozzle to position. No, actually I want to move the camera to position. Let's have a look at now and see. So now the camera is at that time, at that slot. That, as you can see, is not a correct position to look into. And what we'll do, we'll adjust that slightly. So we're going to move it like this. it's too small. Let's move that movement there. So hold on. So we're going to do 0.1. And yeah, slightly left. And then down. Yeah, so that's good. Now, you may not know or notice or wonder what's going on. What's Mark 1 and Mark 2? Mark 1 is this M1 in here. So we need to do that first. And so that's good. So that's the mark we need to record in here. So now we have, this is wrong, 209.72. That should be 209.44 from here. So let's just 209.44. And the Y is 224.42. And the Z should be, yeah, the Z is fine. I'm not going to play with the Z much anyway, so leave that Z alone. Don't want to touch it. And now the Mark II. So let's just write that down in here anyway. So let's just say number 10, cam, a top cam on nozzle holder Mark M1 00. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, no, that we're gonna read the Z from the top screen, so it's gonna be 9-9.32, and then the top camera on M2, and we're gonna do different settings. So let's visit that. So 306.67. Let's just move the nozzle to move the camera to position, and that's it. So now we're looking at that bit. Obviously you're going to align it nicely here, so you're going to move that slightly down, 0.1 back and then down, fractions. Yeah, so what we'll do, now we move the nozzle to the right position, we're just going to record that now. So that's going to be 306.52, and the next one is 226.62, and the last one is -10. I don't know, keep it, yeah, fine, -10 is okay, whatever. So yeah, we'll do the number 11 in here, and we're going to say on M2. So that's going to be 306, and then the last bit we're going to take it from here, which is -10. So I think that's done. Just take that down, and now we're going to save that. Okay, so one more thing, nozzle holder detection, nozzle stop import, skip and skip, and we're going to go back to that point. So we recorded these things. So test point 1, see that? Now the nozzle or the head is exactly where we want it to be. So that's brilliant. Test point 2 or test point 5, beyond limit. Yeah, test point 2. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Test point 3. Point 3 looks good, I think. Okay, not great, but that's fine. Test point 4. Yeah, doesn't like it. Test point 5 doesn't like it. Right. So as you can see, it is a bad software, so save that. Right, so now what I'll do, just in case, I'm going to save everything here, done, and I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to close this one up too. So I think we're at, so far, nearly a happy ending. So power this up again, and we're going to power this up again. Power up this software. Right, so what we've done, we've kind of completed calibration from a software perspective, but we don't really know if this is going to really work or not, or how good it is. But yeah, that's the stuff that's not documented, or you know, if you you know, scratching their head thinking, why do I calibrate? What do I do? So that's the first bit that we need to do. The next bit is, so I was just going to click start here. And let's just test this one more time. So nozzle. Yeah. And by the way, when you finish with the machine, it's better to home it before you shut it down, because that will kind of go pressing stuff. So let's now start testing stuff. So first of all, let's go to the home button. Sorry, that's calibrating itself. Let's go home. Sorry, home here. So that's the home, exactly. Take that down. Let's just calibrate, just in case, because I clicked it before it calibrates. So it's doing that calibration. Very nice, we've got a green status, good. Yeah, so that nozzle calibration, okay. And in case you didn't believe me, let's just do it. It's fine, so that's fine. So now let's just go into home. Home is that's where we want it to be. Now you're going to go to the home there, good. Right, so this is the parking position. That's why we don't want anything to place, and this is the home location. So now let's have a look and test the nozzle changes. So let's just have a look and say, on the nozzle I have N1, let's say it's got the 30, and I want that to be placed inside slot 5, and then see if that's going to work. So for that you have to go into the settings, just in case you have that kind of thing, close change nozzle, untick that, because that will prevent you from changing the nozzle. So untick that and close change nozzle bit. So just going to go into nozzle again, and then as I said, I'm going to take N1 and I'm going to ask it to go into slot 5 and see if that's going to work. So and it doesn't like it. So we're nearly there, but the next bit, that's why we wrote the numbers down. Nearly there. The main thing is the software is not really getting it right, because it doesn't really like what's happening. Let's try to change it into nozzle head 3, which was the last one worked. So if I go down there and then say do that, it does it nicely, and then Karen comes back. So brilliant. So that's okay. Wonderful. Right, so that, as you can see, went in, placed the head and left. So that was all good, but we needed to go into 5 as well. And what we're going to do here is now we're going to go into the hacky stuff. So again, just going to try the 5 one more time and see if that's going to work, and it doesn't. Right, so at this stage we've done a lot so far, which is quite well, right? So let's now go into the file. So what I would suggest, go to settings, and that's the bit that you probably need to kind of keep an eye on this. Click save. Before I click save, let's just take that to a smaller screen in here. Bring up Windows Explorer, and then go to where the location is of installed stuff, program files, and then pick and place stuff. Sorry, pick and place machine, SMT Z, and then we go to the back folder, the backup folder, right? So here you have, whenever you click save, another file of those is created. So I'm going to click save one more time in here, and notice there should be one more coming up there, and it's going to be right at the bottom. So that's the one we just created. Just going to save that one, do it one more time. So click save again, and now we should have another file, and there we go, we have it there. What I suggest, take that file out, okay, put it on your desktop somewhere, copy it if you like, and we're going to change it to my SMT, sorry, my PNP, or pick and place, sorry, settings, right, okay. And it's a JSON file, so right click and then open with text editor. So send to Notepad. I like Notepad, you can do any other editor, it's a text file anyway. Right, so what we need to do now, let's just go back into the file we just edited. So this is the one we created in here, that's got all the stuff in it. What we're looking for is the marks. So we don't know where things are because there's loads of numbers, very confusing to look into. Well, I'll just explain it all to you. So marks cache is where the M1 and M2 are here. So 209, so now you're going to go back into top half of the nozzle, so 209.44, it's there. So marks cache, that's point 1 for you. And that's the first point we did. This is this bit in here, that one, this dot, that's the M here. And the second one is the last bit in here. So that's these both are entered nicely. We entered them into the Mark 1 and Mark 2. That's what we did. And then we have we need to look for so if we go to just for the argument's sake, 209 between anything between 209 to 306. So let's do that. So 209, let's do one movement, and so we are between 209 and 306. Let's go to 306 out of interest. So 306 there, and we are on 226Y there, right? As you can see, the alignment of that it just okay, it's not great, but it's fine. We can fix that. So what we can do, obviously, if this is wrong on your system, fix it. So what you have to do in here, we're going to go and then position that to mark that to match that point. So going to go fraction of thing of the second there, up, yeah. So that's good. To give the video faster, I'm going to assume this is exactly the point we need. I know it's slightly off by a fraction, but let's just carry on with this. So that one is 306.61, so we'll do that here. So 306 dot, don't worry about the long numbers, just say 61, we're done, and 226.84. So that's the right position we need for this guy here. That's done. Now we're going to go into Mark 1, so 209.224. Let's just go 10. 209.224. There, that's good. Yeah, going down. Yeah. Yeah, that is slightly down here. Good. So this is going to be 209.51. And 224.24. And the nozzle 9.32 is fine. We're just gonna say yes to it. No worries. So that's the first bit. Now notice your Y is very close. It should be close, or almost the same. So 224 to 226 is about couple of millimeters. That's fine. A couple of pixels. Here is where where your thing is. So what we need to look for is anything between 209 to 306. These where the nozzles will be placed. Just to save you time, they are pretty much placed inside on the slots. So I already searched it. I already found out where the thing is. And they are here. So slots you're looking at, so 218.224. So let's look at this one. So 218.224 there. Let's move on to that one. So 218.78, and then 224. We are here. So this is where the system is expected to drop the nozzle down and then drag it backwards. So that's the first point. So here is where the nozzle is going to get dropped down. That's the first thing. Then the system is, so as you can see, notice the Z is 0 in here. Then the system is going to drag it backwards to 218.239. So the Y is going to go 239, and it's 218. Yeah, so that's fine. But if you see that, although that looks okay, but it's not really good, and I'll explain why. So what the system did there, it's trying to be too clever and trying to work out that's where I need to place it in. But actually, I'll show you why this is wrong. So pick any nozzle that you have in here and then place it on that bit there, right? And then make sure you're right at the end, touching it like this. And do you see the problem now? So your nozzle is clearly off. So what the system's going to do is drop it just before the last, and it's not really right. So what we need to do is go back, align that properly, and that's why the system is not great and it doesn't really give you these X and Y. That's what I said about the settings earlier. So let's assume that's the right position. So now that here is the right one. So that clearly, so that we're going to locate it down, we're good with that, but we're going to do this is where it's going to place. Just to also explain one more thing. So let's just call it P1, P2, P3 and P4, okay? And just to document this for you so you can see. So you have P1, P2, P3 and P4. So P1 is where nozzle is dropped, sorry, is entering the system. P2 is where the nozzle is parking. P3 is where the nozzle is picked up from, and P4 is where the nozzle departs. So I'll leave that here so you can copy it or read it. I'm just going to make it into a bigger test so you can actually copy that. Notice in here, because of that thing, I have a space in here. P2 will always be P3, right? Apart from Z. So why that is, because what happens is the system is going to drop the nozzle onto the entry point, whereas this is the point before it push it back. This is where it goes down, and then so this is where it before it goes down. So it's actually coming down to here, and before it comes down, it's going to come down like this and then go in. So here is where it's actually it's coming up. So just at the beginning before it drops it down. So now P2 and P3 are the same apart from Z, because the only difference is Z is going to come down. So what we do in here, we have 218.21. Let's just mark that down. So let's just say 12 camera, nozzle holder 1 position, and that's going to be X is 218. We've got 2 positions in there, so I would say P1, P2 position, that is, isn't it? Because that's the bottom entry side. I'm a bit confusing you. So let's just say 12, 13. Right. Let's leave that alone. Let's just do this one first. So P2 position is going to be 218.21, and the Y is going to be 239.94, and the Z is going to be 0.00. Okay. So actually that Z is going to be, I'll come to that in a minute. And now you're going to copy that here, but it's going to be different values. So this one is going to, we liked it initially, so we're going to keep it as 218.44, and the Y we kept it as 224.62. Yep, and the Z is definitely 0. But let's go and look into this. So the Z is now going down by 17.5. So let's just do this as 17.5. Minus 17.5, isn't it? Yeah, minus 17.5. Yep. So that's pretty much the point we're going down from here. So nozzle 1 holder position, actually going to do that. So P2, and I'm going to do here P1, and that makes more sense, doesn't it? So yeah, nozzle 1. nozzle holder position 1, right? And we're going to repeat the same for the second bit, so number 13. So nozzle holder position 2, and we're also recording P1 and P2. So now, going back to the time, so let's just carry on with this bit in here. So let's just fix that bit. So we said P2 and P3 are the same. So P2, and so there we go. So this is 218.21. And this is 239.94. Sorry, 94. And the Z is 17.5. Not interested in the other bit. And the second, we just copy those into that side. And we're gonna do 0.00. So 2 and 3 are the same, right? So as you can see in here. Now we're going to fix this bit in here. So this one is going to be P1. And so also to note as well, so P1 and P4 are equal. They're going to always have to be the same. So just notice that. So 218.44, 218.44, 224.62. So P1 and P4 are always going to be equal, which is the entry and exit point. So now the entry point is going to be 218.21. And this is going to be 239.94, and that's going to be 0.00, and we copy that exactly the same, no need to change anything, into P4.4. So P1, P2, P3, P4. So that is on slot 1. You can see that there. So slot 1 is you got from here until there. And to be honest with you, to make it easier to read and to make your life a lot easier when you're looking into this, I would suggest doing the following. So do that. I know it's a bit hacky, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. You'll see how nicely that looks. And how much sense it makes. So that's one, and the second bit is the same thing. And that one. Yeah, and we're good. So that's what we need. So now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nozzles. Okay, and that's the guy you need to tackle. So we've done number 1. Okay, let's look into P5 and see what exactly on earth is going on. First of all, we're going to stick to a same surface. It's up to you, or we can test that later on, but I just wanted to get down to the business. So let's just look into slot 5 and then find out what is wrong with it. So slot 5, if we go to 298.513, so that's what I meant. P1, just being a little more picky, I know, bear with me. Just visually you want to see that nicely. I know. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's look into what on earth is going on. So we've done the first point, and I think I like it a lot. And I'm going to go 0.5. And now we're going to see what is going on. So 298.51. Let's go there. So 298. Yeah, keep going on. There's 298. 298 and where is it? 298, and then the Y is 226. 226. No, 226. Hey, 226. There. Okay. So that's where the system is expected to place a nozzle. Is that right? Let's have a look. So now, let's see. I'm going to quickly test it by placing the nozzle on that side where the thing is, just there. And probably on your machine you would have this guy already working. So let's just put this one in here for the argument's sake and just locate it like this. Okay, so we're going to do the nozzle on here, assuming that's where the entry is, roughly. I think we're good with that, or maybe slightly a little bit out there is fine, right? And let's look. So the system is doing it slightly out, fine. Let's just pull it down until it aligns with the camera. So is that the right place for it? Come on, yeah. No, I think we should, I suppose we can, but I would like to just change that down. So we're gonna fix that in here. So let's just go fraction. So that is good here. And from a left-right perspective, I think that is good. That's not too bad. Yeah, so we'll change that to 298.21. So this is, we're doing 5. So 12, 13. We've not done 13 yet, I just copied it. Let's change it to 15. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, nozzle on 5. And P1 is going to be 298.21, same thing, and then 227.64. 227.64. And the Y, the Z is going to be minus 1750. I'm going to keep the Z the same. And no, that's P2. That is P2. So P1, we'll copy P1 to P2 just in case, just a second. I know what I'm doing. Right, so this P1 is where the thing enters, is 0.00, isn't it? And P2, that is wrong here. They should be just swapped, that's it. So yeah, that's the entry, that's the placement, and again that's the entry in here. So we are entering there, and we're going to place it down there. So the placement is going to be, let's just pick what the placement is doing. So the placement is going down to 226.43. 226. The placement is going down 298.241. There, sorry. 298.241. There. So that's where the system is trying to place it at. And now let's just check, is that right? So we're going to push you down all the way until you stop. There, that's it. So as you can see, it's a little off. So we'll do a slightly pull you back. Too much. Yeah. I'm going off. Yeah, that's good. So now the P2 position is going to be this. This is the P2 where it's parking. So P2 is going to be 298.31, and the Y is going to be 241.34, and the Z is minus 1750. That's the correct one. So here we go. So here we're going to say let's fix this for, so 298.21 in here, that's the first point. Sorry, 21. And the Y is going to be 227.64. And Z is 0, definitely. And that is a copy to number 4 here. Yeah. No comma at the end. That's good. And the middle parts are the same as well. So that's going to be 298.31 and 241.34. And the Z I'm going to do minus 17.5. Right, 17.50. That's fine. Yeah. And the same, we'll copy that from here to there, but the Z on that third one is going to be 0, 0. Right? So now we fix number 5. Okay? Let's see if that works or not. So I'm going to save that file, go back into my machine, and then go to settings, and then import settings this time. Go to my desktop and look for the pick and place. Where is it? Pick and place my settings.json, and then click save. And now if I remove that nozzle, yeah, and then say go to 5, nozzle 5, so I'm going to do 1 to go to 5, and then I say replace. Yeah. Let's see what happens. So it is on the money. Try again. Nozzle 1 to nozzle 5. Let's see what is happening there. Okay. So yeah, I think we're too high on that part, but that's fine. So let's just take that down, because this is not, as I said, a broken part, not tested before. So now we're going to do the same thing one more time. So I'm going to click N1 and then place it to 5 in here. So we're going to do that. See that? Let's see. Okay. So 17.5 is too high. So let's adjust that down. So let's see how far we need to go down for this to have a happy ending. And that's where the thing gets more interested. So now let's look into going down from here. So let's place you down to that location is good. I'm going down. Let's do 1. Hey, beyond limit. Ooh, that's not right. So somehow it looks like that is a limit on the nozzle to not go beyond. What's the limit there? Let's see. Just close that annoying screen, bugger off. Yeah. So we're trying Z to be 17.80, and it looks like we can't go more than 17.80, and I don't know why. Let's see if I can just go fraction. So we've got 0.1. We go, no, the limit is 18 altogether. So that is not, doesn't like it. Let's see if we go minus 18, see how that performs. Is this true? We can't go more than 18? I'm just gonna move that slightly so I can just see it going down, because that's what I'm interested in. Yeah, so yeah. How much we're down? We're down by 10. So the balance is wrong. So we've got 10 to 18. And it doesn't make any sense at all. So it looks like there's something not right. So what I'd suggest, I'm going to calibrate, balance this whole thing again, and then see, take it from there. So I'm going to go position home. And as you can see now, the nozzles are wrong. You can see one is up and one is down. So I'm going to calibrate. See, the head is I mean, that head is wrong, clearly wrong. It's the difference between the two nozzles is not right. So what I will do, let's just balance it up like that, you know, vaguely, and then recalibrate one more time. Right, so something isn't right, something in the calibration is wrong. Why is that happening? Let's have a look. What's that Z? That doesn't look right here. Slots. Okay, so thinks that slot is down by -8. I mean, I can't believe, why did you get that done like that? So that's where the 18 comes from. Let's put that to 0, 0, because I don't like it. That's 1 and 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Yeah, and that's it. So if I import that config again, settings, import settings, and then the same file, good, and then save. And now let's do the home, and we're going to reset the nozzles again. Good. Yeah, now we're going to calibrate, so package, so yeah, go to, that's fine. Let's wait for this to finish. Good. Now into nozzle, select N1, that's got 30, empty that one, and then place it down again. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful. So I think it went down further than the 18 is too much. Let's take it down to, let's see how much down with the new setting is, because the previous one was wrong. So let's go down 18 and see what it looks like. So I'm gonna take you back a bit there and see what 18 looks like, because 18 is too much. 17.5, didn't we? We said 17.5, right? 17.5. Yeah, we said 17.5. So no, not that. Sorry, 17.5. There. That is 17. That's what 17.5 looks like. And notice, as you can see, it's too low. We don't want that. We want to take it down to a proper settings. So go up. Just lifting the stage. Yeah, so that is okay. Let's just check the XY bit, and the XY looks perfect. I'm gonna come down until it touches it. So let's do that. So take you down. I think that's fine. I'm happy with that, so I'm gonna, that is 16, not 17.5, so we'll do 16 instead. So that now changes to 16. So 0. And the rest is gonna all gonna be 16. Yeah, that calibration was awful. It really was. 16. So all the stuff are now down to 16. Right? So we fixed the 0.1 and 0.5. So we'll do that again. So import the thing again one more time. Import settings. And we're doing that. And save. And now you're going to go back into Nozzle and select N1. Unselect that to empty the port and place that in the right place. And now we should have a happy ending. So 5, go ahead. Very nice. Did you see that? Love it. Now 0.4, I think it's not working still. So do that in here. And we go into 0.4. Sorry. 1.4. And then place that down. Yeah, that's nice too. Not loving that. 0.3. To be honest with you, I want to be perfect, but the numbers we'll fix that in a minute. So N1 is fine, and we're going to place into 3. Go ahead. Nice, beautiful. Look at that. And we're going to repeat that for number 2. Place. Beautiful. And we're doing the same for number 1. Hold on, what is that? Oh, it's picking up from 1. Right, I see. So we're dropping it to number 1. And we're doing that. So no, that doesn't make sense. That's not right. Okay, number 1. Oh, what is that? 218. No, that's not right. Sorry, that's wrong. 239. Yeah, that's completely wrong. Sorry, that's not good. Right, I think we cocked up something in here. So anyway, let's have a look. So position on. Let's build this up anyway, so just in case. We'll show you how that works. So we said P1 to P4. I can't believe we got that wrong. That's not nice. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So they can't be all the same point. That's wrong. So let's do that. Let's build this up. So let's place the camera on that nozzle and then have a look at it and say hi. So now we're going to say where the nozzle is, place the camera please. So now we're going to say place the camera where the nozzle is. And that crappy calibration dialog comes up to ruin everything over time. Okay, so go to, right, anyway, so whilst this is here, we will, let's go to the nozzle. So we're gonna do nozzle, let's just keep on 1, it's fine. Yeah, that's not right. So let's get that down. So first of all, are we in the right place? The end result looks fine to me. I'm liking where the end is, but the entry is wrong. So clearly we can copy the entry from another one. So this is where P1 goes in. So X is right. This is where it actually is, the left and right side. So that's fine. We can keep X exactly the same. Y is wrong. So Y should copy it from the other parts. So Y should be going from 227. We're copying it from 4. And it goes to the end result to 241. Actually keep 239.94 and then back to 227. So 227.64.64. Yeah. So it enters from that X and Y, it goes to the end there and say, okay, so that's settings, import, and then back to my old settings in here, and then save, go to Nozzle and tick that, and then say replace. There. But did you see that? The height is wrong. So why the height is not right there? Just a second, let's just try this again. What's wrong with the height this time? Okay, so if I do 5, sorry, 5 instead, it goes all the way down, isn't it? Yeah, on 5 it goes all the way. So it looks like, I can't believe this. It looks like this 3D printed part is like this. It's not straight. So that is lower than that. And let's just verify this. So doing it again on there. Can't believe some cheap stuff they put in. So 3D printed part. Let's do this one more time. Yeah, see that? That's not right. So that we need to come down more. So I'm gonna check and test to see. Sorry, 1 down, down, down. Too much. Fractions. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And that is 16.8. So by just mainly well, fraction. So 16.8 in here. So 16.8. And if that's 16.8 and the part is like this, then we're gonna have to adjust. So 0. So let's just say 0 to 8. So we need to place stuff in here. So that's gonna be 5 parts. So 0, 2, 4, 6. Yeah. So 16.20. 16.40, sorry, 40, 16.60, and 16.80, and that's, you know, in a easiest thing we can do. So import setting again, import my file, and save, go to package Nozzle, and then take that one, and now we should replace it nicely. Just making sure that we're placing the part in the right direction. Good. And now we are placing it. So down. Good. Perfect. Number 2, same. Sorry, untick that. Good. And then we carry on the same thing. Sorry. Yeah, now we need to do there, not there. So, okay, good. Carry on. Beautiful. Exactly touching it as on the spot. And number 3. Good. Number 4. Perfect. And number 5. So perfect. So now you can see this is how we fix the machine from that perspective. Let's have a look into the second nozzle now. Just do the same test. So we are unticking that. Now this one has a CN40. Untick this one, starting from 5. Let's see. That is 1. Interesting. Is that a bug? Interesting. What did happen there? So nice kind of swapping went on. So N1, I want N1 to be off. I'm not interested in. I want N2 to have a 40 already, right? And I want that one to have nothing. So let's just say 60. Let's just say 30 is there already, but I'm unticking that. So I want 1 to go into, sorry, 2 to go into 5, right? I'm just gonna make sure it's in the right place, and run. So 2, no, N2 should go to 5, not 1. Why is it doing 1? So eventually N2 went into 40, but I'm pretty bit lost count in there. But anyway, to be honest with you, I think it is doing it. Let's just think about this. If I... Oh, I see. Probably because both nozzles are present, isn't it? Let's only tick N2 to be 30, and we want that to go into 5. So untick that. And now I'll do it again. I think it thinks that the nozzle is already on the place somewhere. So it's dropping 1, picking up, and then resetting it that way. So 30 is being placed to 5 anyway at the end. So yeah, I think that's fine. But to be honest with you, I do hope that this video helps you out into how to do things, or how to tune things up. If you are not sure about anything else in the file and you wanted to kind of understand it further, it is, I mean, don't be intimidated by the numbers. They should be easy. What I'd suggest, check the stuff out by visiting the settings in here. For example, let's say, so home button, if I click home, I'll be going here. So minus 1.73 and then 73. Let's just have a look. So let's just go to home. And yeah, so if I move down to, actually let's see if that now, I will be able to move the camera to the center of the nozzle to the center of the camera. And I hate that dial that keeps coming up, drives me crazy. It should be already calibrated already anyway. And the nozzle is calibrated. We'll prove it, so calibrate. Yeah, nozzle calibration, okay. We'll calibrate the second one. Yeah, and then we save. So go back into the nozzle. And this time, let's see. So go home. And this time I want the nozzle to follow the center of the camera. But you see, a crappy message box. Nozzle is not calibrated. Is calibrated? Okay. It's definitely a bug in the software. And it's a pain in the neck to keep answering this dialog box. So if I click on that again, center of the nozzle. Yeah, it is just awful. But anyway, not going to go down further on this. I think the exercise today was to calibrate the nozzles and making sure that they do work and they can pick and place them without breaking your machine. So bear that in mind. This is how you calibrate your machine. This is how the gotchas and stuff. And ideally, if you are the person making this machine, please, 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 you got a whole stuff on the settings side. Please allow some, these numbers to be tweaked in here. So it's just say the P1, P2, P1 to P5 are there, X, Y, Z for the nozzles and stuff. So just make people be able to, users be able to enter these numbers on that screen. Why do I have to do this on the text, text manual? It's not right. And this whole debug thing is just not really, helpful. But if you, I've got the big space in here, just place these numbers in there, simple. Right, so we're into this error message, the most annoying message in this video, which says nozzle not calibrated is calibrated. And it's such a bad English that you think, does it mean nozzle is not calibrated? Is it calibrated? Or nozzle is not calibrated? Is it calibrated? Is it really? Or no, nozzle is not calibrated. No, it is calibrated. I don't know what it means. I really don't. But I worked it out. If you get the English, then what it means basically is that your nozzles, the nozzle size that when you put in like the 30 or CN30 or CN40, they're just not being studied by the system yet or calibrated in a way. So in essence, what happens is you got this machine in here, and you got your two nozzles there. So I've got CN30 in here and CN40 in there on N1 and N2. And what the system doesn't know really is the size of that head. So this head, I'm using the CN40, and doesn't know, or should really know, but it doesn't really know how big or how wide the hole is. So just need to calibrate it again. So the solution to that is you go into the where's my mouse gone? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you go into the nozzle section there, and then you select the nozzles that you have on your system, and you make sure that your whatever nozzles you have in here, they're actually entered on here. And then you click the two nozzles in there, and then you click calibrate here. So you click that, and then it's going to do the calibration there. So it's doing that kind of spinning, dancing and thing. And now it's calibrating the second one. So, yep, that is now nozzle calibrate okay. See that in green, which is quite good. So now it's calibrated. What that means is, now if I go into a place in the video to say I wanted to, for example, visit the home. And now, as you can see, the camera on here, this one, is actually pointing at this little dot there. You can see it there on the screen. See my finger there? You can see it on the video. And what that means is I can now tell the system to actually now place a nozzle N1 on where the camera is looking at. So if I do that now, if I say, there's the option here. If I go move the nozzle to the center of the camera, so if I click that, it's now did it. So you can see now the nozzle here is literally at the center of that dot in here. Why is that useful? Because you could, for example, take the camera to look at the dots or the entry points into the nozzle heads or whatever thing you wanted to set up or something. And then you say, once you have that plus calibrated to look exactly at that point, you then go and say, get the nozzle on that point, and that's where I'm going to be. It's very handy when you try to do things like, if I wanted to go and look at something, or get the nozzle to be close to somewhere, I would drag the camera first. So I want to see the camera, see what the camera is looking at. So let's move down to the board size. So I want to look at this, and obviously just wanted to make sure that I'm actually filming this right. So I go here, and then let's go into that chip, for example. I want to be right on the dot of that chip, and just down to 1 in here, that's fine. And just really being extra picky or painful. Yeah. And on that side, good. So now we are on that side, so we've got in the middle. And now I'm going to say to the camera, go follow what nozzle, go follow what the camera is saying. So to the nozzle, go where the camera is. So click that, and there we go. So now the nozzle is literally pointing at the dot on that chip. Just going back into the recap, if you have endured watching my video, I know it's long, Do apologize. I tried my best to make it a, cut as much as I can or entertain. The other problem that was a pain in the neck is the screen recorder didn't really do a good job. It stopped at the first 10 seconds. I don't know what happened there, but I relied on my 4K backup camera that was recording the screen, just like a camera recording a screen, not the screen recording itself. So anyway, managed to get something out. So any parts that has been in the video has been unclear. I tried to write down text and help people out. Also in the description there will be all the files and all the text actually worked on. So hopefully that should help you out. By all means, leave a comment in the notes or in the comments section. Just find out. Let me know what you think. Anything you need me to try to test and to do things, and we can have a look. As a machine is fairly new. I've not used it yet to place anything yet, but I will be doing that hopefully soon. I'm just set this whole thing up, and because I want to really get my dream OMAP boards and OMAP design completed, and for some reason JLC is taken forever to still go back and forth and ask me to redo the BOM, build off materials, call it BOM, and it's just not going anywhere. Even paying thousands of pounds, that's not working. Anyway, let's focus on this video. So again, I just wanted to thank you for watching and reaching that far, and hopefully that video to help you out in your design, or if you're trying to buy or decide on buying something like that. Obviously I'll be making more videos on it, and also carry on my project in here, so we'll keep you updated. So have a nice day. See you later.